This is the Thursday, January 15th, 2026 OLCC Cannabis Commission monthly meeting. Would you take the roll?
Commissioner Vajpayee.
Here.
Commissioner Chari.
Here.
Commissioner Glenn.
Here.
Commissioner Hayes.
Here.
Commissioner Huffman.
Here.
Commissioner Miletus.
Here.
Commissioner Minty.
Here.
Commissioner Warren.
Here.
Chair Doherty.
Here. And I would entertain a motion to approve the December 18th, 2025 commission meeting minutes.
Here.
Commissioner?
Okay. I have a chair over there. I move to approve the December 18th, 2025 commission meetings as written. I second it.
Second. Any discussion? Take the roll, please.
Commissioner Vajpayee.
Yes.
Commissioner Chari.
Yes.
Commissioner Glenn.
Yes.
Commissioner Hayes.
Yes.
Commissioner Huffman.
Yes.
Commissioner Miletus.
Yes.
Commissioner Minty.
Yeah.
Commissioner Warren.
Yes.
Chair Doherty.
Yes. So now we have, is Lisa here or is she online?
Hello, I'm online today.
And good morning.
Good morning.
Can you give us a construction update?
I would be happy to. So for the record, good morning, commissioners. My name is Lisa Bertram, Distilled Spirits Program Director for the OLTC. I've got a Metal Art construction update for you all today. So as I usually start, this is where we ended up in December. So this is what it looked like, the site looked like last month. The current site looks like this. So as you can see, there's more work going on in that front part of the building. That's like kind of that main office area and where the main entrance is going into the building. You can also see we have most of the curbing done. There's also, we've got light posts in all the way down in the parking lot, as well as other areas of the construction site. So current activities in Canby, really, the overall outside is nearing completion, or there'll be more activity in the spring as the weather gets nicer. So really working on the interior of the building. So the office areas, there's that main office area in the front, as well as the dock office area in the back. There's interior building work still going on, and then there's some overall site updates that I'll talk through today. So as far as the office areas, the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing, it's MEP is the acronym I'll use as we kind of walk through this. So all of that's really going in. So this is kind of, the bones of the building itself, where all those things are going to go in. The temp roof is complete on the main office area. So last time we talked, we were still getting the roof on the main office area and then kind of drying in that area. That allows us to then go into the framing, putting in the moisture barriers, that kind of thing. So the dock office is interior to this structure. It's in the back side of the warehouse. And so the framing is started on that. And then framing is also started on this front area too. And I've got some pictures of that. So when we look at the front of the building, I just kind of wanted to put this slide in here to show, this is, like I said, this is the main entrance as you come in. So there's a little canopy here. The foot traffic will come into this main entrance area. This whole left side of the building is really for office staff and warehouse staff. So there's going to be, a server there, cafeteria, locker room, and then this is an employee patio. So they'll have a space to go outside. There's also going to be a canopy here. And then in the future, there will be a fence or a screen, an art screen that goes around this area to enclose it for security safety for those employees. This on the left-hand side, this is the main office roof. So this is the vapor barrier. This is similar to the same barrier that's on the main structure itself. So this barrier goes on. This will remain here throughout kind of this wet season. And then they'll put the permanent roof structure on when things dry out more in the springtime. But you can see here on the right, this is the main office exterior. You can see there's some framing going on inside, but also putting on all the canopies and then the barriers there as well. This left-hand side is the MEP in the main office area. So again, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. So like, again, all those bones that need to go into the building structure before they put structures over them, such as drywall, roof tiles, things like that, or ceiling tiles. And then you can see on the right-hand side, this is the subgrade waterproofing for the main office area. So this is essentially where the concrete meets the grading for the future, the sidewalk and things of that nature. Inside then, this is the main office to the side, the dock office in the back. So you can see they're putting the moisture barrier on there. They've got most of that, the framing up for those office areas. They've got the HVAC going in. So just a lot of different things happening. You can see there's just a lot of things going on overhead. They've also started to put in the cable runs, the cables for all the, there's going to be a lot of different stuff going on in this building, such as the material handling system. So making sure all the cable runs are in the right place to be able to hook into all the servers, all of that. As far as the interior building itself, again, doing that framing, they're working on the loading dock doors. The loading dock doors have been poured. I have a picture of that. There'll be a space for the dock levelers. That's where the trucks actually lock into the docks to offload the trucks. And then we started box walks with a bunch of different areas. The box walks are really just getting the right people on the ground inside the spaces that they're using before we really get the rest of the structure on. So I've got a couple pictures of that, and I can kind of talk more about box walks as we kind of go through these pictures. So one of those areas that we're working on right now is the maintenance area. So we have a maintenance area in the front that is inclusive of our electrical room as well as our fire pump room. So we have a fire pump room because there's so much space. We have sprinklers, or we will have sprinklers throughout this building. So a fire pump is necessary to ensure that we have enough water pressure. So there'll be an event where we need to run the sprinklers. So the fire sprinkler pipe installations going in. This is, you can see here, the electrical room is kind of right next to this, the fire pump or fire sprinkler pipe installation. And then these are the dock area. These yellow barriers are really just for safety for while they're doing construction on site, so nobody falls in or out of these doors. So on the left-hand side here, you can see this is where they have the mold still up for the concrete. It's full of water right now, as again, we were in the rainy season, but this is where the dock leveler will go into this cavity. This will get dried out, and then the dock leveler will go in there. But you can see on the right-hand picture, the whole dock door concrete has been poured and is ready for those levelers. And then these doors will eventually have overhead rolling doors on them, and that'll be in the near future. And that'll be what's really kind of encloses the space. Once all of those are in place, then these yellow barriers will be removed. Those are just temporary for construction. So this is box walks that we did. This one's in particular for the maintenance area. And really what we did is we brought the OLCC maintenance staff to the area, and we walked around all the different maintenance areas and looked at everything. So where are the electrical outlets? Where is the exhaust for the compression? Where are the, condensate, drains for all the different areas we need? And we've used our staff to walk through these areas so that they could see what they're moving into, so that they could talk with the electrician, talk with the team on site to say, okay, does this make sense? Does the design of the building go with the actual use of this space? And so we've done box walks now in the maintenance areas. We've also did one very recently with the server areas for the IT staff. So we brought OLCC IT staff out to the site. They walked the entire IT area, understood where the servers are going to go, what that room looks like. And really, this is the initial step before we put that drywall on, before all of this gets kind of covered up. We want to make sure everything's in the right place now, so we don't have to redo work later. So this, it's really kind of a big team that just walks around these different areas and goes, room by room with the electrical, plumbing, and all of those designs. So it takes a bit of effort, but it's really valuable at this point in the project. As far as overall site updates, we're doing some tilt wall cleaning. I'll show you some site logistics, and then there's, really the interior and exterior plans for what the site looks like now. On site today, this really just started as a bare land, and so it's really exciting to see this kind of come to life. We do have the security fencing now around the entire site. So we had temporary fencing for a while. The permanent fencing is now up. And it goes around essentially the entire building. As far as the tilt walls go, so the tilt walls are they're just concrete slab tilt walls. So there is workers that go down. They're literally cleaning the outside of all the tilt panels. Those will then be they'll get like kind of a coating on them, and then they'll be painted. So this entire building will be white eventually. There's a specific color of white. And as you know, there's 80,000 colors of white. But this will be ready for paint and then in the spring. They're also prepping all the joints. So when the tilt panels came up, they left a bit of a space between them. And so those are going to get filled and caulked so that while, again, as soon as the weather permits, coming up, we'll be painting this entire building. All of the exterior panels will be painted.
Can I interrupt you for a moment, please?
Yes.
Your love of heights, are you going to get up on one of those high lifts and help them with this painting and marking?
I would love to, but I don't think I have the proper certification. The JE Dunn safety team is very into making sure everyone's safe. So no, I have not been on this lift, but I have been on the roof on the other side of this wall, which, you can see this hole here is actually one of the drains that comes off from the roof. So the roof sits about maybe like right here. So you can actually look over these walls if you're standing on the roof.
No, you can. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. It's got a great view though. You can see Mount Hood on a clear day, which is pretty incredible. I just put this slide in here to talk about the site logistics. So JE Dunn, our construction company, they're very they have safety in mind. They also they're directing traffic. So this is the job site parking. So at any given day, we have different subcontractors that are out there. We have a full parking lot. This area in the middle is where we have the trailers. We have the Zora Lutheran Cemetery here. And then you can see there's multiple ways to get into the site, but this green road is kind of how it's all paved now. So this is how people are getting around the site. But this, I also wanted to show this because there's AED, fire extinguishers, lots of safety on site that their team knows about and knows how to get to. The roof is being worked on now, and so there are 2 access towers on the exterior. So they're egress towers. If someone needs to exit the roof, they can do so by those exit towers. We did just have our internal stairs delivered this week. So there will be internal stairs to the building that go up to a roof hatch, and that'll be installed. Hopefully by the next presentation, you'll be able to see those. Once that's installed, then they'll have a different egress to get off the roof. We also have this is First Street. Right now it's closed to through traffic. This will be opening up next week. So just with all the utility work and stuff that they were doing on that road, they had to close the road. But that'll be open again coming up. So that's the kind of the exterior plan. The interior, or sorry, that was the interior plan. This is the exterior plan. So there's all these different things that are going in. I'm not going to go through this whole slide, but this up here in the upper right hand corner, this is where the parking lot is going to be, the main parking lot for really visitors to the site, some employees. This has not been poured yet, but the base rock is down. They are also using this now for storage, and you can kind of see that in the last slide I have for today. There's also this parking lot in the back. So those, this has been poured. This has not been quite poured yet. But they do have these temp access roads. So you can see this green road. That's the road that goes into the building. These will be grass in the future, and then the entry points to the building will be walled off. Those will then be the future knockout doors. Should we need to expand the building, we can expand it into this whole space, and we would use these 2 entry points as a door from essentially the building as it is today to a future state. The interior plan, this is kind of interesting. So this is where you can see really all the different things that they're doing now. So again, these are those entry points here that come in. This one was an entry point that they've closed now, and that's in preparation for our material handling system vendor. So DMW&H is our vendor for this. This is where the bulk of the material handling system is going to go. There'll be a big platform here, an equipment platform where the sorter will be, and then these on this side of the slide here, this is where all those the dock doors going into the trucks. So as preparation for that work to start, this area has been cleared, and then DMW&H will start essentially installing that platform first, and then the material handling system will come after that. This area they're keeping right now, is you can see there's different vendors here. These are subcontractors that are working. The fire vendor, this is the electrician, but they're able to have stuff on site in the building in this area. as they're, prepping to do the interior work. And so there's just a lot of logistics that go into making sure that areas are clear, that we can get vendors in. Excited to see this DMW&H start really taking shape over the next 9 months. And last thing I want to talk about is really some schedule considerations. So as we're looking at the schedule, I just want to start talking about like, what does that look like? So we have interactions with our DSSC, which is that distilled spirit supply chain. That's really going to be the material handling system, what's running that, the warehouse management system, the ERP for finance, all of that, we're going to turn that on at a certain time. And so ensuring that we're, sensitive to the schedule with that. We're looking at when the building itself is completed. So after the building is completed, there'll be some testing that we need to do. We need to make sure that all the fire, light, safety, everything is working, right? So as soon as you turn the thing on, does it do what you want it to do? Does this plug go where you want it to do? Does, do the toilets flush, all that stuff. So that requires some testing and commissioning. The material handling system, then I've talked about this. This will be a big project to also get the material handling system right, making sure that's completed. They'll also need to be testing on that, not just about the component itself, but how it interacts with DSSC, how we get product from, from a truck onto the conveyor, into a pick slot, onto a conveyor, all that will be tested as well. We're also taking into consideration distribution during the 2026 holiday season. So we want to ensure that we can get distilled spirits out the door for that holiday season, whether it's here in Milwaukee. We want to make sure that we're not bringing interruptions to that. That's important not only for us at OLCC, but for our agent partners out in the field that are running the retail liquor stores. We want to make sure we can be good partners to them and distribute during that season. And then there's the physical move. So as we roll into this next year, we'll start talking about physically moving not just people down to Canby, but also all the product. So we have 2 warehouses today, getting that product from where we're using it today down to Canby. And again, making sure that we can continue to distribute spirits for our retail partners. So all of those things are really what we're looking at when we talk about the schedule. Those are going to be more, like I said, more of the forefront as we're looking toward the end of this project. When can we move? When does it make sense to start up the building? And so more on that to come as we roll through this next year. This is the site, kind of a long shot. This is the panoramic view. I shared a link down here at the bottom. It's an EarthCam link. EarthCam is a open site that does all kinds of different cameras. You can get on there to see, Oregon roadways and stuff, but there is one for the Meadowlark project. It's an open, anyone can get onto it. But this is the link. When you go to this page, you can see it here. There's like a live link too, so you can like watch them working. But again, this is what the site looks like today. And you can see this is the parking lot area here. And you can see there's just some other things out here. This green patch is that Zorra Lutheran Cemetery. So this kind of gives a good picture of where that sits on our property. The fence that's up here now is 25 feet off the cemetery. So essentially we left the cemetery, we went 25 feet out to ensure that there was no disruption to that ground. But that's why it looks a bit larger than the actual cemetery itself because of that egress. But I think this gives a really good picture of where we are today and just all of the progress that has been made on site. And this will continue to evolve. There's a lot of movement today. It's just going to keep getting faster and faster as we get to the end of this project. And then my fun fact for the day is the oldest recorded meadowlark was 6 years, 6 months old. It was found in Colorado, and the Meadowlark Distribution Center should outlive that meadowlark by about 40 plus years. So fun fact for the day. Any questions from the commissioners?
Questions? Lisa, thank you very much. Excellent. We're on budget. Are we looking good?
Yeah, so definitely on budget. That's something that we, that's top of mind all the time, I would say, is making sure that we stay on budget. That 145 is something that we need to stay on. We have a great partner with Cumming Group that makes sure that we stay on budget, and we're very aware of where we are in the project. I'm not a construction expert, but I've learned much more about construction than I ever have thought I would. But they're really the experts, and they make sure that, you know, that things we're getting are reasonable, and that the process and the progress we're making is acceptable. So I also have one more thing to talk about, not related to the Canby project, but I did want to give an update on the distilled spirit pricing analysis that we talked about last year. So there was a pricing analysis that was to be done on our distilled spirits pricing formulas and the way we do pricing. The OLCC has gone through procurement. We've made it through the procurement phase and selected a vendor to do that work. So there's a third party, not necessarily from OLCC, but a third party that's going to help us get through this. So we awarded the contract to RSM LLP. They're a prominent audit, tax and consulting firm. They're part of a global network of the RSM International is their global name. They're the 5th largest accounting firm in the US. They have more than 77 locations across the United States, including Iowa and in Oregon. They're currently working with the Oregon Department of Human Services for one of their projects. Their focus really is broad. So they have a lot of different things that they do for a lot of different entities. They have done work though in the food and beverage world, mostly in the commercial side of things, but they've done other pricing analysis reports and groups for other various like breweries and wineries. And so this is kind of just in step with that. As far as OLCC, you know, our next steps is really clarifying the statement of work. So what do we want to get out of this project? We've provided the statement of work to RSM so they know, you know, the scope of the project. But we also need to select some core subject matter experts from OLCC to assist in the analysis, answer questions, that kind of thing. We have time-based deliverables built into that contract. So that's really going to keep RSM accountable for, you know, what things do we need during what time. And those will kind of be, that's kind of ongoing right now as we work toward getting this all set up. And then in the end, right, we're going to have essentially like regular updates once we get this project up and going. And then there'll be reports to the commission and the executive staff so we can understand where we're at. So that's the kind of the update where we are in the pricing analysis, and, you know, more on that to come as we work through that. Any questions on that I can answer?
Commissioners? Well done, Lisa.
Okay.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. Appreciate the time.
Take care. And now we have retail services. Allison? Allison, can you, I forgot something. Let me write this. Just want to heard part of the question. Now they're going to view the football game, so I don't think that's influencing anything, but we need to know. Is that part of the questionnaire we have for them?
Not on my agenda today, but.
Thank you, Allison.
Yeah, absolutely. We meet again. Good morning, Chair Doherty and Commissioners. For the record, I am Allison Smith, Assistant Director of Retail Services, and I am here today before the Commission with an agent appointment for 1004 Redmond South, retail sales agent appointment due to a resignation. Before we begin, I would like to take a moment to recognize the outgoing agent of store 1004 Redmond South, Todd Layton. Todd has had an exceptional career with the OLCC, serving as an agent for 31 years. In addition to Redmond South, Todd was previously the agent of store 1032 Staten and store 1067 The Dalles. Todd isn't with us today in the commission room. I understand he's already transitioning into retirement and currently on a hunting trip. On behalf of Retail Services and the entire OLCC, I just want to extend our sincere gratitude to Todd for his many years of dedicated service, and we wish him all the best in his next chapter. So,
Thank you. Well done. Thank you, Todd, wherever you are.
And now I'm pleased to present the following finalists for your consideration. As a reminder, each of the 4 finalists will have 8 minutes to present. One of the commissioners will be keeping time and will provide a 1-minute warning before the conclusion of each presentation.
Got it.
So starting off, representing Still Life LLC, we have Allison Kogan.
Give you a 1-minute warning. I'm gonna take all of my time, I know, so thank you.
Thank you.
Let us know when you're ready.
Oh, okay. Ready now.
Good morning, Commissioners, and thank you for having me here today. My name is Allison Kogan, and I'm currently the owner and operator at the Bend South Liquor Store. Next slide, please. Almost 9 years ago, I was given the chance to take my love for working with people when I was appointed agent of Bend South. I have a passion for retail and believe that being present and hands-on helps set the tone for the culture of my store and to build trust amongst my customers. I'm community-minded and have been on the also board for Liquor Stores of Oregon for the past 6 years, collaborating with other store owners. I was born and raised in Oregon and I've lived in Central Oregon for 20 years. I raised my kids there and I love being part of the community. I'm excited for the opportunity to bring new ideas to the Redmond South Liquor Store in the growing town of Redmond. Next slide, please. I have a short video that highlights what I have done at Bend South. Please play video. One of my main goals when I became agent at Bend South was to create a space that was welcoming and inviting, that felt different from other stores shoppers might have experienced. I wanted a store that I wanted to spend time in and shop at. Since taking over as liquor agent in 2017, we've undergone 2 remodels, growing in size, selection, and establishing the store as a true one-stop shopping destination. In the time that I've owned Bend South, we've almost tripled sales by building a strong customer base and store environment that is friendly and makes people want to return. Liquor sales have gone from $2.9 million in 2017 to $8.8 million in 2025. I believe that the work I have done to grow sales at Bend South is indicative of what I can continue to do for the Redmond South store. My Bend store is just 25 minutes from Redmond South. I plan to use the 2 stores to work together for transferring inventory and building a more curated selection of liquor, beer, and wine. The changes made will help to establish Redmond South as a true one-stop shop. Next slide, please. My vision is to provide convenience and variety to meet the needs of Redmond's growing community through friendly and knowledgeable staff and an enjoyable shopping experience. Customers know they will receive excellent care and will discover new items they didn't even know they were looking for. Visitors to town can find local spirits and gifts, and locals make it their regular store because this store feels like home to them. Next slide, please. Redmond South currently has sales just shy of $6.4 million, with the large majority of that being counter face-to-face sales. It has a loyal customer base that I want to build on. It was recently remodeled and expanded in size, but in the past 2 years, it has seen a slow decline in sales. I believe my plan will turn this around and lead to a renewed increase in sales. Next slide, please. Redmond is one of the fastest growing cities in Oregon, and the Redmond South Liquor Store is centrally located on the corner of one of the busiest intersections in town, which sees an average of 35,000 cars per day. 1 block south of the store, 156 new housing units are currently being built, and 1 mile away, a new hotel is going up. I want to attract newcomers to Redmond and pull some of the traffic in off of Business Route 97, which runs directly in front of the store shopping center. Next slide, please. I'll rebrand Redmond South Liquor Store as Redmond South Bottle Shop, a one-stop shop for all of your beverage, tobacco, and gift item needs. This will begin to set the tone for the changes in store and will set it apart from its competition. I plan to change the space from the outside in compliance with city sign codes on both the south and east facing sides of the store. We will add window wrapped logos and signage to become more visible from the street. Next slide, please. The inside of the store was thoughtfully remodeled in 2022. I want to build on what the current agent has done by updating the interior with new signage and a fresh look and feel. I believe that the current space is underutilized. I will bring in additional shelving and end caps to be able to add more SKUs and variety of bottles and gift items. We will reset our liquor to help the flow of customer traffic and to showcase products distilled in Oregon, moving high volume categories such as vodka further away from the front of the store so customers have to explore as they make their way to it. Next slide, please. I will build out a walk-in humidor, which will be unique for the city of Redmond. We will add impulse items and displays to the front register area, as often customers waiting will find additional items to go home with. With the rising trend of ready-to-drink cocktails and lower ABV alternatives, I plan to carve out space in the cooler for them, as they are also the perfect thing to grab for Central Oregonians who are heading out on their outdoor weekend adventures. I also plan to add a selection of charcuterie items from local vendors to pair with bottles and support other small businesses. I want to encourage people to stay longer and as a result, find additional items they didn't know they needed. Next slide, please. I plan to reach out to smaller brands and reps to bring in a wider range of bottle options and to educate my staff and customers on products. As we reset the store, we will strategically place items such as margarita mix next to the liquor they would pair with for added impulse sales. We will also look at inventory that has a low turnover rate and work to replace it with better selling items. I will establish a social media presence where new items get posted, in-store tastings get advertised, and we can interact with our customer base. After reviewing the store sales by hour, I plan to keep the same operational hours, and as sales grow and a need arises, I will adjust hours accordingly. Next slide, please. At Ben South, I've grown our licensee sales from $450,000 in 2017 to $2.6 million in 2025. And I'm confident that I can make significant changes to the bar business at Redmond South as well. Redmond South currently does only 4.5% of its total sales to licensees. I plan to grow this percentage by building a relationship with existing accounts, as well as actively pursuing new accounts. Adding to the selection of liquor that we offer will also help, as many accounts are not able to currently get the bottles they want at either Redmond store. I have spoken with my current point of sale provider and will have a working online ordering system in place for our licensees beginning on day one. We will offer a flexible delivery schedule and fintech payments as an additional service, and will brand our delivery vehicle for visibility around town. Next slide, please. The current stockroom has a lot of available space for growth. Next slide, please. As inventory grows to accommodate new products and an increase in licensee sales, the stockroom layout allows for additional storage and locations for packing and staging bar orders. I have also spoken with the landlord, and the space next door will be coming available soon and is an option for the liquor store to take over if more space is needed. Next slide, please. I plan to work with our local OLCC representatives to train all staff on checking for fake IDs and detecting visibly intoxicated customers. The Redmond store has a new extensive camera system, and all employees will undergo continuing training on the safe and responsible selling of alcohol. Next slide, please. All of these changes will help to accomplish my vision of creating a unique and thriving outlet for liquor sales on the south end of Redmond. By adding a wider selection of spirits and related items, resetting the store, and working to build the licensee business, I anticipate the liquor sales at Redmond South will grow at least 10 to 15% in year one. Next slide, please. I value the dedication of the staff at Redmond South and have spent time getting to know them and their customers. I plan to work with the current agent and the longtime store manager to ensure that everyone staying on is aligned with our vision. In the back of your booklet, I've included my timeline upon appointment, projected budget, and several letters of recommendation from my current customers and licensee accounts. Thank you for the opportunity to present to you today. I love this business and being part of the Central Oregon community, and hope that I'm given the chance to help the Redmond South liquor store grow.
Perfectly timed.
Did you practice that for
A
Amy?
little bit.
Well done. That was an excellent presentation. Commissioners,
Any questions?
too well done.
No questions?
Are you pulling for the 49ers or what?
If I call it football, I would.
Thank you very much. That was excellent. Allison, appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, next, representing Ashtree LLC, we have Ashish Prasher.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
Good morning. Morning. Morning.
And you can start off with your love of the 49ers, or you can do that later.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
My name is Ashish and with my wife Renu. We both are representing Ashtree LLC. And we're presenting a business plan for Red Bank South for 1004 J. Next slide, please. I have over 24 years of retail experience. I started at the age of 16 in my family store where I learned fundamentals that still guide me today, like serving customers well, staying organized, and keeping fire in every detail. In 2007, I joined Pat Country as an overnight cashier and worked my way up to the area manager position. Along the way, I managed both high-performing and challenging locations, including the one on 11th and Jefferson in Portland. We all know how exciting that store can be. One of my proudest achievements was managing a 76 gas location that became top performing store nationwide for 3 consecutive years. Last year, my area was ranked number 1 company-wide 10 times, while maintaining an average inventory shortage of 0.28% and 100% compliance. Next slide, please.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for this opportunity first. My name is Amelia Prasher. I have over 10 years of retail experience. For the past 2 years, I have a successful store manager with the Pat Country at their busiest location. My goal is to train, develop, and retain employees so they can feel comfort and is supported to their roles. We have passed multiple strengths and maintained an inventory shortage of just 0.3% in 2025 and achieved a 99.6% of inspection scores. I focus on creating a positive, well-organized store environment that drives excellent customer services and consistent sales. Thank you. Next slide, please.
Building a strong store environment is very important for successful business. How we do that, number 1 is customer service. It starts with greeting every customer, listening carefully and helping them quickly so that we welcome and value. The best way to do that is leading by example. Employee training, most valuable asset for any business is its employees. Motivated, well-trained employees deliver strong customer service, ensure compliance, and build long-term customer trust. I train my employees personally to make sure OLCC guidelines are followed while selling alcohol and tobacco products. Refresher training is done quarterly. Most importantly, making employees feel valued, heard, and supported in their journey, not just their tasks. To keep shrink under control, we do daily inventory checks, watch high-risk item closely, and follow clear handling procedures. Everyone is held accountable, so we stay accurate and trustworthy. We will be adding some new security cameras to eliminate some blind spots we have. Adding some tuning monitors on the sales floors and after-hours motion alerts. Next slide, please. Current consumer sales are down 4% for 2026. My goal is to increase sales by 10% by re-merchandising the store using sales-driven data and space planning. Enhance customer experience by providing good customer service, organization, cleanliness, and product knowledge. Focus heavily on trending tequila, whiskey, and RTD spirits. Expand gift section and add new trending section. Social media is a powerful tool. Currently, no website or social media presence is a clear opportunity to increase visibility and customer awareness. Establishing website, Facebook, and Instagram will be my priority to promote products, educate customers, and engage the community to drive more foot traffic. Licensee sales have declined in the past 4 years. I will immediately contact licensees with 5-mile radius to reintroduce our services and strengthen relationships. For 2025, licensee sales were just below $296,000. My goal for 2026 will be $530,000, which can easily be achieved by just adding 3 more accounts of $1,500 each week. Next slide, please. So the next few slides will be the changes that I want to make on the current existing store. First of all, the check stand. My plan is to bring a new check stand with more room on the bottom for snacks. Cost for that is $4,500. Next slide, please. So since the snacks will be moved down to the check stands, we will be expanding that area to make our selection better for our TDs. Cost for that will be $400. Current gift section is having very less selection. So my plan is to add more shelving and have more selection for the consumers. With the pre-packed gifts and option to customize gift baskets as per customer needs. Cost for that is $250. Next slide, please. My plan is to add a new humidor and specialty cabinets. Cost for that is $7,800. The back room can be utilized by adding a little more space, racks. So cost for that is $450. Next slide, please. So how are we going to execute this? The first 30 days, we'll conduct a meeting to meet with Mark and team to discuss all the roles and goals. We'll be merchandising the sales-driven data and getting James involved and the current team involved at the Redmond South. We'll enhance customer experience through organization, cleanliness, and rituals. Market to local event planners, golf courses, and newly opened restaurant bars. 90-day timeline. That's where
1 minute.
we will be bringing in all the new counters, humidors. We'll be painting the walls, shelving, additional racks for the back room. Estimated cost for all this is $21,600. Next slide, please. So these are the hours of operation. We will be extending hours for Sunday. Next slide, please. Closing statement. We have strong retail background with over 34 years of retail experience and proven customer service and operation experience while maintaining 100% compliance. We will be fully invested on and hands-on owners. This is just not a business for us. It's a dream we have worked on for years. My goal is simple. Keep what's working, improve what matters, and take the business to the next level with commitment of serving Redmond community responsibly. Next slide, please. And thank you very much for the opportunity. We're open for questions.
That was. Sorry, that was perfect.
Commissioners, questions?
Where do you currently reside?
Hillsborough.
And
So
you're-
plan is to move if we get awarded this today. Our parents actually live in Denver.
Okay.
So we're gonna move it.
Do they know you're gonna move in with them? Very well, nice presentation. Is your plan then to leave your current work, leave Plaid
Yes.
Pantry? And this will be your sole business?
Yes.
There's no other business as well? Very good. You have a good record at Plaid Pantry. I
Yes.
understand.
Solid financial,
Yeah.
looks like.
No, that's all I've got. Pardon me?
If it looks like they also have solid financial.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Excellent
Thank you.
presentation. Appreciate it.
Next up, representing Wolf Liquor LLC, we have David Wolf.
Are those donuts? Oh,
I wish. You and me both. Thank you. Are we all cool? Or do we need to? Okay, perfect. There we go. Okay.
Started.
You tell me when.
Shall we wait for Commissioner Tory to return?
yes.
Let's talk about the 49ers, champ.
If you're shaking your head, I'm sorry.
Not a chance.
Seattle looks pretty- Yeah, it looks pretty good. I gotta tell you, but I'm sticking with 49ers.
Not bad, it's important.
Think so.
Okay.
Right. My name is DJ Wolf, and I'm here today presenting for Redmond Liquor. Next slide, please. I was born and raised in Bend, Oregon. I'm happily engaged to my fiance, Callan, and I'm a proud cat dad. My hobbies include working on anything with a motor, dirt biking, hiking, remodeling, barrel picks in Kentucky, and bartending. My favorite drink is a lemon loaf. I have the recipe there for you to try it. Next slide, please. Currently, I'm the general manager for Cedar Mill Liquor and Sunset Liquor. Previously to that, I owned an online aftermarket Subaru parts company called Subi Bros, while simultaneously working at Nike as a product developer and business system analyst. Next slide, please. So to give you an overview of the two stores I manage, we do over 12 million in liquor sales combined. They're 5,000 and 6,000 square feet respectively, and we offer a wide variety of related items listed. Next slide, please. A significant part of my story is I actually competed as a finalist against Randy, the current agent, who was awarded Sunset Liquor. Shortly after I accepted a mentorship position with him, a few months later, it was discovered that the current manager committed the second biggest fraud in the OLCC history. Determined, I tirelessly analyzed the store data and identified the mechanism of the fraud. I worked with Eric at KMDS, Brian, our DM, law enforcement, and our accountant to reconstruct the transactions, leading to a successful grand jury indictment. Randy then offered me the position of general manager for both stores, along with the challenge of rebuilding them from scratch, which I happily accepted with the hope of one day having my own store. Next slide, please. While alcohol sales have been declining across the industry, I've managed to grow Sunset from 3.6 million to 5.8 in 2 years, representing a growth of 60%. And at the same time, Cedar Mill increasing licensee sales from 1 million to 1.2, a 20% increase. I've dramatically improved our audits, going from missing $160,000 during the fraud to being within a couple $1,000s. I moved Sunset from a 1,500 square foot location to a 6,000 square foot location, managing the construction, build out, moving, and initial setup of the store. Next slide, please. I'm incredibly excited to welcome the modernization of the OLCC system. With over 12 years of experience implementing, testing, and validating product data systems at an enterprise level, I have no doubt that I can be a valuable asset with the willingness to help the OLCC and other agents as we bring in Accenture. Next slide, please. On the left side, you'll see my SWOT analysis of the current business, and on the right side, the action items as a result. Next slide, please. Beginning, I'll increase the store hours on Friday and Saturday. This will increase foot traffic and ultimately lead to higher sales and customer satisfaction. Next slide, please. I'll add a new window wrap with artwork that was designed by Callan, which will give us an opportunity to advertise what product categories we carry and improve the look and the feel of the store while adding character. Next slide, please. Moving inside, I'll repaint the walls to an off-white, add overhead lighting fixtures, and update the shelving to black. This will brighten the store significantly, creating a warm, open, and inviting atmosphere to shop in. Next slide, please. Here are some additional views of the changes. Next slide, please. I'll add a permanent fixture at the entrance to create an elevated tasting and education experience. Next slide, please. I will increase premium offerings and lock storage capacity by relocating the cigars currently in the case. Next slide, please. My favorite place in Oregon is Smith Rock State Park, which is also a key landmark often associated with Redmond. I'll add this mural of Smith Rock to bring life to the store and add a sense of community. Next slide, please. I believe one of the biggest opportunities at Redmond South is their product offering assortment. The store currently only has 2,000 SKUs, while nearly all other stores the same size offer close to 3,000. As an example, the store has no leaders. I will increase the SKUs to roughly 2,700 to start, and will support this with the new shelving mentioned earlier and raising the gondolas from 4 feet to 5 foot in the center of the store. Based on early conversations with our vendor partners, you can see a rough layout as pictured. Next slide, please. I'll support and grow licensee business by establishing relationships with the current licensees, offering delivery, implementing fintech, and creating an online order portal. You can see my current business card there where our current licensees can scan that QR code. It brings them directly to the order form where they can easily submit their orders today. Next slide, please. I'll establish a comprehensive online and social media presence with cohesive branding across all platforms, as well in the store. This includes store uniforms so customers can easily identify employees for assistance. I'll leverage relationships with reps to increase tastings, giveaways, and barrel picks. You'll notice a QR code on the printed copies of the presentation. This will take you to my temporary Redmond Liquor website where you'll see a search bar. On the search bar, I've created an inventory search tool that will allow you to look up the current inventory at Redmond South right now, and it is accurate. It'll display the results nearly instantaneously with the price, quantity and stock size, and Oregon item code as seen on the screenshots that are in your printed copy. This innovation allows customers to easily browse and check inventory at Redmond South. Next slide, please. Currently, Redmond South is outpacing the area decline by 33%, while Redmond itself grows 3% per year. I'm confident I can achieve a 5% net change by implementing the improvements listed on the right. I know this formula works because it's what has largely driven the growth at our current stores, which have varying degrees of demographics. I will support the growth with the improvements previously mentioned, as well as offering beer, wine, cigarettes, cigars, mixers, and the addition of expanded vapes and lottery. Next slide, please. As I begin the transition of ownership, my plan is to keep current employees, supporting them through the process. Selling alcohol responsibly has always been my #1 priority, and as a result, I will retrain all employees. To ensure uninterrupted service, I'll be purchasing all equipment from the current agent and will work with him to make a seamless transition. With St. Patrick's Day just days after the transition, I've already begun planning and talking to reps to make sure we have a successful first holiday. Next slide, please. Here's the timeline in which I will complete everything that I mentioned. Next slide, please. In conclusion, I have successfully run, managed, and grown 2 liquor stores the same size and revenue as Redmond South. Through innovation and my deep understanding of data and analytics, I've been a leader of growth in the state. I have deep roots in Central Oregon. Callan and I would love to start a family there, as well as be closer to my mom, who is a 2-time cancer survivor. I believe it's a privilege to be an agent and strongly believe in the service the OLCC provides to the public. With the constant threats of privatization, now is the time to create the most value we can for our communities. Lastly, I left a long career at Nike for the dream of becoming an agent. Clearly, I'm all in. It is my hope that today that dream becomes a reality. It would be an honor and privilege to serve the community of Redmond. Next slide, please. You'll find supporting documents, letters of recommendation, estimates, and breakdown of cost on the following pages. Thank you.
Thank you. Excellent.
Awesome, perfect.
Perfect timing.
Yep.
All A's on timing so far. Commissioners, any questions?
How did you discover the discrepancies in the current two stores?
So how long of an answer would you like? The short or the long?
Sure.
Okay, basically I looked through our licensee order history and there's certain bar accounts that order weekly. When I tried to bring up those invoices, there were gaps in those weeks, which then led me to go back to those licensees and find out if they actually did receive an order that week. Then we recovered the invoice. Of course, we have to give them a copy. And so then it became easier to map out all the missing weeks, which were red flagged for there was likely a payment that is unaccounted for.
Excellent.
I'm also happy to talk about that more later if you guys want to hear.
I'd like for you to train some of us. I don't know.
I'd be happy to.
So where do you live now?
I live in Portland.
Okay,
My folks are in Bend.
okay, so we got other people moving in with their folks at the.
Yes, I know. So temporarily I would move in with them and I would permanently relocate there, of course.
Okay,
Yes.
and you're winding down, Subi Bros.
Yeah, it's pretty, the tariffs pretty much finished that off
Yeah.
for me,
Yeah.
so.
I understand. Your bartender at Pronghorn, did you get any golf experience there?
I did. I can't say it made me any better, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Pronghorn didn't do me any good.
Yes, but a beautiful place.
Okay, that's it for me. So anything else? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It was an excellent presentation.
All right, our fourth and final applicant is Jacob Miller.
I don't see my daddy's a 49ers fan, so go ahead.
Thank you.
I don't, one of my kids may have stepped on it.
I've got dog hair.
Yeah.
Hey, can I actually ask a favor before we get started? Can we flip to the second page of the booklet? Should be the picture of us with the kids. I know the cover page is boring. I don't like being like, hi, next slide, please. So we'll start on this one, if that's okay.
Super cute.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Hi, my name's Jacob. This is my wife, Brenna. Thank you for the opportunity today. As we sit as husband and wife, we also are business partners. We do everything together and we really consider the store, a family commitment, a long-term investment, and something that we're both very passionate about. I was born and raised in Oregon retail. My parents actually bought their first grocery store the year I was born. 2015, I became the GM of that company. 2017, Brenda jumped right in. She started doing all the payroll, bookkeeping, all the back end work so I could focus on the day-to-day stuff. That same year, my parents got their first liquor store. So that taught me all the ins and outs of being a liquor agent. And then a couple years later, we got a retail expansion store that taught me how to plan and grow a store from the ground up. And then in 2018, we got the privilege of buying our own grocery store. And that came with some growing pains, but we made it through. And today, between the two companies, we're doing just under 18 million a year in sales. Next slide, please. So we have the experience. We know what it takes to operate a store like this. It's a lot of work, but we do have a pretty simple approach. First, learn, then plan, then execute. You can really only do that once you get to know the community, the staff. Mark, the current manager, has been a huge help with this already. He's managed and worked for Todd, the outgoing agent, for over 9 years now. So he's a wealth of knowledge. We really want to elevate that experience. That smooth leadership transition is really important to us. It's keeping the staff in place. It's their livelihoods as well. It's making sure the customer relationships stay strong. And it's really improving this thing, but doing it the proper way. We believe that really starts with aligning incentives. So we actually got together with Mark, and we're actually going to do a profit share program. So as the store grows, he can grow with it. And he's really earned this, but it also really puts us on a team. And you guys are almost getting an additional operator in that sense. We've also talked about what to do for the other staff members. So we actually want to utilize the retirement program through Oregon Saves. So any contributions they make to that, we'll match those with the end of year cash bonus. We think these programs really help people stay, grow, and really take ownership in what we'd be trying to build here. I've started this too, just by being in the store with Mark and Todd and the staff and getting to know the customers and what makes the store the success it is today. Next slide, please. So population growth is a big part of this. The demographics are what we want. It's families, young families, construction workers, business owners. We're on that corridor to Bend. We got great visibility. So we're really positioned for stable growth here. The store was down 4% last year. I think a lot of that was just economic pressures. With some of the small tweaks we'll show you later, I think we can turn that around relatively quickly. Before I get into that though, I do want to recognize the seriousness of becoming the agent at this specific store. Again, you have a booming population, an already busy store, and that growth creates opportunity, but it also creates a lot of responsibility. OLCC's mandate really focuses on public safety, compliance, and regulation. We don't really consider it our job to create the demand. It's our job to service it responsibly, safely, professionally. You know, we serve a large, diverse customer base, and that really starts with safe retail practices. You know, we have to have a respect for the product that we serve the community. We have to make sure we have strict ID practices. Todd actually let me know we got 2 tickets last year for selling tobacco to minors. So that'd be the first thing we would do, get in that, we retrain. We can't be selling to minors and VIPs. We also understand the broader climate of the state. I know a few of the commissioners here today are heavily involved in addiction-related services. The governor's come out and said, I don't want to do retail expansion, and addiction was a concern with that. So we just want to give you our word that we're here to support that mission and not work against it. Next slide, please. So now we want to get into how to actually make this store better and how we think we can do this. So this is what the store looks like today. We got to ask, why is everyone moving to Redmond? You know, it's hip, it's cool, it's outdoorsy. We want to exemplify that on our building. Next slide, please. So we got some window details, that's good, but I'm looking at it going, I think we need a new sign. Next slide, please. So this is what we came up with. I actually use quite a bit of AI tools for this presentation. I use them a lot in our stores for analyzing data, and I would do that as well here. For today, it's just to give you guys a visual of what our vision is of this store. Next slide, please. Here's just a nighttime viewpoint of it. Again, we would be so proud of this. This is what we want it to look like, and it just screams Redmond. Next slide, please. So let's go in the store now. The top left photo, this is what you see when you walk into the store. I want to get rid of that wine sign and have like a big ode to Redmond mural. You know, the people of Redmond are really proud. I really want to lean into that. Go down to the bottom left. This is what the tills look like now. Same thing. Let's go to the bottom right. We're right in the backyard of Smith Rock. Let's wrap those cabinets up. Bring in some TVs up top. Sure, we could do seasonals, you know, new items. We could also do like what's happening in the community, or he's got a great camera system, but put a monitor up there, just another way to safeguard the state's assets. I also want to talk about like the cigarettes in this spot, you know, get that pricing down, get on those contracts, get the NA pricing down. Lottery, that's another revenue source for the state that he's not utilizing. And all these things bring in foot traffic, which does help with making more money with the liquor. Next slide, please. So when you walk in the store, top left here, you got this big open space. I want to drop a new arrivals display in there. I want to use that area for tasting events. Bottom left, you got a Hornitos display there. That's a backstock display. That needs to go to the back of that gondola. Up front, I would want to do like this high noon cooler, or we could do like a fireball freezer, or displays like this one on the bottom right, where it's actually attractive. You actually want to walk up and shop it. I also would do a big reset here. You know, use James, the DM, use our reps, use AI tools to really set this store properly. A good example is his RTDs are on the floor right now. Those need to go in the cooler. When I made that move in my dad's stores, we actually saw a 50% bump in sales in that category. And that's a number to really pay attention to today and in the future. And right now, the floor is actually only 50% liquor SKUs. So implementing some of these changes will increase that to about 70%. Next slide, please. So Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Google, we know how important these things are. I've done them successfully, but I must admit it changes quickly and I can't keep up all the time. So I'm actually going to hire my sister who works in the marketing department for Kroger. So she'll be like our head marketer. And then we want to implement this app called Cocktail Flow. It's always the worst when you're having people over and you can't remember the recipe or you don't know what you want to make tonight. So this allows the employees to help the customers with that. It's it turns your purchase into an experience. And I think that's really important. You don't get that very many places. I also want to do better with delivery, but can we come back to that? Can we go next slide, please? So timeline economics, the money's ready. It's going to be quick. It's how fast can we get the signs permitted? How fast can we get the resets done? I have sales projections here. I actually think these are pretty conservative. We will increase the hours of operation by 14 hours a week. But going back to delivery, look at this chart here. Our licensee sales are clearly going down, and that's a service issue. So what can we do? Like, let's get them on the online ordering. It's quicker. It's more accurate. Let's also go talk to them, see how I can help. Maybe it's using my grocery expertise to get some of those juice and mixer prices down. Bars and restaurants are so difficult to run, and I just want to be the one point that, they can deal with all the other problems they have because we can be consistent. I also want to acknowledge I only have 3 years of sales projections here. That's because speaking to the landlord, there is opportunity to make this location bigger in footprint. I didn't go too into detail with it because I don't know if it's going to be in 6 months or a year. When that time comes, I will make that change. I do see this being a $9 to $10 million store, and I have that experience through retail expansion. We don't have to shut down the store for a week to do that. Like, I've done that projects before. Next slide, please. So here's a photo with me and Mark and the staff. I said, why choose me? Brenna, the kids were sick, so Brenna didn't get to come join me on this trip. But I want to come back to learn, plan, execute. So we're going to execute everything we've shown you guys here today, but I'm only 31 years old. Brenna just turned 31 last week. So we always have to be going back to learning, be a student of the marketplace. If given the privilege, we plan on being in the store for 40 years and learning something new every day. I also want to go back to our commitment to community. When we invest in our staff members, I think that's where it starts. When they're financially stable and have retirement programs, then they can invest in the community in ways that they're passionate about. And then finally, to wrap things up, I want to be very clear about our commitment, specifically the two of us. It's been our dream to own and operate our own liquor store for a very long time. And if appointed, we will be stepping away from any other professional responsibilities. And that's really to commit ourselves 100% to this door in the great city of Redmond. Thank you. I missed it.
No.
Pretty good.
Second.
Sorry, guys, I got more time than we did.
Commissioners, questions?
Feel free to ask Brenna any questions too.
Excellent presentation. Tell me about your financials. I'm forgetting.
So there's actually a page on the back of the, so the funding's ready through my father. All of the funding's there, when it comes time, I'll probably use some of my own cash. Obviously, just nice to not, as much as you can, but it's all ready to go. I think it's the second document on the back.
And what are your plans for your current businesses?
So my dad actually is kind of in retirement mode. He's been selling some of his stores. So we only have the one grocery store. So he's actually gonna run the day-to-day for us on that. And actually, we have a manager in there too, just kind of speaking, obviously staff's important to me. She started working for us when she was 18 and she's 26 now. And she's just been killing it. So it's not like it's gonna, ruin my dad's retirement plans. So, take that over. She's been doing a great job for us. So dad can just kind of oversee that and then we can dedicate ourselves to this store.
That's nice.
So you currently, did you finish?
I did, yeah, thank you.
Okay. You're managing 5 convenience stores and 2 liquor stores?
Yes, correct.
Okay. And you're stepping away from all of that?
Correct. So again, we have one grocery store
Okay.
and then my father has 4 with the 2 stores in it. So they're smaller stores. I think one does about $1 million a year
Okay.
and one does 1.5.
Okay.
So he's actually in the process of selling. So he has 4 now. He's selling 3 of them.
Okay.
So the one that does 1.5, the liquor store, he's going to keep that store. That's kind of been his baby for a long
Okay.
time.
Yeah.
And then everything else is going to get sold.
So you're borrowing the money from your father, is that it?
Correct,
To-
yeah.
To do this. This is a 10-year note?
5-year actually.
5-year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, I'll put some of my own cash in too. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of leveraging too much. I like to, get the stuff
Yeah.
paid off and I'm sure obviously if we need to adjust things, I hope to plan paid off in 3 years if I can. So, but
Excellent. All right. Thank you very much.
thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Did you find that page?
I did, thank you.
Very good. Thank you. So the commission will now go into executive session to deliberate on the agent selection pursuant to the authority of ORS 192.6602A. No final decision will be made in executive session when we return to this open session in this room. Also, while in the back room, the commission will also discuss the proposed stipulated settlement agreements from contested cases under ORS 183.417 as authorized under ORS 192.6901. We anticipate reconvening in approximately 30 minutes. Thank you. Okay, we are back in session. For the appointments, I want to congratulate all of you. this is most rewarding and the toughest thing that we do. And those of you that were chosen today, please keep coming back because you're all qualified. And we'd be proud to have you as our agents. So with that, thank you very much. Oh, these were great presentations and great people we'd be proud to work with. However, we need to make a decision. So
Chair,
Commissioner,
I move to appoint Wolf Liquor LLC permanent agent as store 1004 Redmond South, effective March 2nd, 2026. Congratulations.
Second.
moved and seconded. Discussion?
I just would support exactly what you said.
Yeah, this was really hard.
This was a very good decision. Good conversation, great applicants.
Yeah.
And really thank staff for all the work they have done to bring us such great applicants.
Thank you. Take the roll, please.
Commissioner Badgepie,
Yes.
Commissioner Showery.
Yes.
Commissioner Glenn.
Yes.
Commissioner Hayes,
No.
Commissioner Huffman,
Yes.
Commissioner Molinas,
Yes.
Commissioner Minty,
Yes.
Commissioner Warren,
Yes.
Chair Doherty.
Yes. Congratulations. Thank you all for all your efforts again. Much appreciated.
Congratulations.
Proud to have you.
Congrats. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right.
Sorry.
So now we will discuss stipulated settlements. You'll help us out.
Good afternoon, Commission. My name is Kelsey Snella. I'm with the OLCC Administrative Hearings Division. I have 3 stipulated settlement agreements for your consideration this afternoon. 1 alcohol stipulated settlement agreement and 2 licensing stipulated settlement agreements for consideration. And I'm here if you have any questions.
Discussion?
Chair,
Commissioner?
I move to ratify the alcohol stipulated settlement agreement for American Dream Pizza and Crowbar as proposed by staff.
Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion? Take the roll, please.
Commissioner Badgepie,
Yes.
Commissioner Showery.
Yes.
Commissioner Glenn.
Yes.
Commissioner Hayes,
Yes.
Commissioner Huffman,
Yes.
Commissioner Molinas,
Yes.
Commissioner Minty.
Yeah.
Commissioner Warren,
Yes.
Chair Doherty.
Yes. Wanna make another one?
Sure. I move to ratify the 2 licensing stipulated settlement agreements as proposed by staff.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Please take the roll.
Commissioner Badgepie,
Yes.
Commissioner Showery.
Yes.
Commissioner Glenn,
Yes.
Commissioner Hayes,
Yes.
Commissioner Huffman,
Yes.
Commissioner Molinas, Commissioner Minty,
Yes.
Commissioner Warren.
Yeah.
Chair Doherty.
Yes. And with that, we are adjourned. Thank you very much.
Time.